I shoveled dirt over my brother's coffin with hands that wouldn't stop shaking. Not from grief, from rage. The cemetery was silent except for the scrape of steel against stone, the dull thud of earth falling onto the wood. No priest, no mourners, just me. His blood left me the duty of burying him, while the woman he married, my sister-in-law, hosted a party at their house. Music, laughter, clinking glasses. I could hear it faintly from across the fields. When I walked back later, mud on my shoes and silence in my throat, she looked at me as though I'd staged a play for my own benefit. She laughed in my face. "Stop being dramatic," she said. "He doesn't need $12 million anymore." "But I do." She didn't whisper it, she didn't hide it, she wanted me to hear. That was the moment my grief calcified into something else, something colder. At first, I told myself it was shock, that grief made her cruel, that maybe the alcohol twisted her words. But her smile lingered too long, her eyes stayed too sharp. I noticed the details then. The champagne delivered the morning after his death, the new dresses with tags still dangling. The men, 2 of them, I'd never seen before, lingering at the corners of her living room, laughing too loudly at jokes that weren't theirs. And the way she wore black only once, for a single photograph to post online, before trading it for red silk. It wasn't mourning, it was freedom. She wasn't just after money, she had been planning this, waiting for the day my brother would die, or perhaps ensuring it came sooner than expected. I didn't accuse her, I didn't scream, I simply watched, and every detail was a blade sliding slowly under my skin. I started small, phone records, quiet calls to contacts in finance. I followed bank transfers that didn't belong to widows, but to predators. I searched her phone one night while she slept on the couch with wine still staining her lips. Messages lit the screen like open wounds. "He's finally gone. You'll get what's promised. Be patient. The money will come." The words weren't hers alone. They belonged to a man she had been tethered to long before the funeral. I didn't tell anyone. I let her keep talking, keep spinning her web, while I quietly collected the strands she thought were invisible. DNA tests, papers signed behind her back, conversations recorded while she thought she was safe. I became a shadow in my own life, outwardly calm, inwardly counting every lie, every smirk, every glass of champagne raised to a life she had dismantled. And I waited for the moment the truth would snap shut around her. The documents came in a plain envelope, bank statements, messages, a copy of her lover's passport booked on the same flight she planned to take the day the inheritance cleared. I set the envelope on the kitchen table, said nothing, poured myself coffee. She stumbled in late, heels clicking against tile. Her eyes caught the papers, and in that moment I saw it. Her face collapse, her throat tighten, her hands tremble. "What is this?" she whispered. I didn't answer. I simply watched her unravel. "No, you don't understand." Her words cracked. Her voice begged. But the evidence sat between us like a body on the table. I never raised my voice. I didn't need to. My silence was louder than anything she could scream. I slid the envelope back toward me, folded it neatly, and smiled. "Keep the party going," I told her. "Invite your friends. Wear your red dress. Just remember, the money you're waiting for is no longer yours." Her face drained of color. "I transferred it yesterday," I said, my voice steady, calm, "to the foundation he built before you. Every dollar is gone. You'll have nothing but the debts you created, nothing but the man you betrayed him with." Her hands shook so violently she dropped the glass she was holding. It shattered, echoing through the empty house like a verdict, and I walked away. I stood outside as the night folded in, the house glowing behind me with false light. No tears, no pity, only clarity. She wanted wealth. She wanted freedom. What she got was exposure. Her mask ripped away, her future reduced to ashes she couldn't spend. My brother's grave was silent, but in that silence I felt his presence. I hadn't avenged him with fists or fury. I had done something cleaner, colder. I let her destroy herself with her own hunger, and I gave her nothing. The last sound I heard was her sobbing through the walls, sharp and hollow. I didn't turn back, because I was finished. She buried herself long before I ever picked up the shovel.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.